So what are these locators? Locators are the static members. Locators are the static members of by class, and by is abstract class. Okay, so what are locators? Locators are the static members of by class, and by is the abstract class. So we have varieties of locators. So what we have ID locator, we have name locator, we have link text locator, we have partial link text locator. Next, we have CSS selector. Next, we have XPath, tagness, and class name locator. Okay, now look at my screen, everyone. ID locator, name locator. It's very easy. Nothing is there. Yes or no? Nothing is there. It's very easy. Go, right click, inspect, take it from the source code, make a note. Nothing. Link text and partial link text is used only for the links. Everybody understood? Link text and partial link text is used for only for the links, and links are developed using a tag called A. And links are developed using a tag called A. Okay, so all your links are developed using a tag called A. When you right click, when you inspect, it should be developed using a tag called A. So all of your links are developed using a tag called A. Clear? Link text and partial link text. Okay, next. Next comes to your CSS selector. Next comes to your CSS selector. CSS stands for CSS stands for cascading style sheet. Style sheet. Okay. So now question is, when to use this? When to use? We can use when attributes are there. We can use when attributes are present, and and count should be 1 of 1. Only in such cases we have to use cascading style sheet. Are you understanding? What is CSS selector? When do you use it? We can use this. We can use this when attributes should be present. It's mandatory. And also, when you do trial and error, right? That count should be 1 by 1. So here we can. There is no option called XPath by group index. All these things. Are you understanding? Are you understanding? Clear? Okay. So when can we use this? We can use this when attributes are present and the count should be 1 of 1. So any questions, any doubts on CSS selector, please ask me and clarify all your questions. No, you cannot use technique of group index here. Group index doesn't support in CSS selector. It supports only in XPath. That's the reason I'm telling you. Whenever we have attributes and a count, whenever you do trial and error, okay, when you get count, but you'll definitely count it. For example, if they are 5 attributes, at least one attributes will give you 1 of 1. Till that, you should keep checking, keep checking, keep checking until I get 1 mark 1 to use CSS selector. Any questions on CSS selector you can ask me. Clear? Clear? So in the real time, the usage of CSS selector is very less. Okay, listen. In the real time, the usage of CSS selector is very less. I'll tell you the reason. Because, for example, input type is equals to text, ID is equals to ABC, name is equals to PQR. Are you understanding? You need to do trial and error. Input type is equals to text. Count is matching. No, it is showing 2 of 1. Is count is matching, count is matching. Instead of doing wasting your time, count is matching. So why I will use this? I'll go with a concept called XPath by group index. I'll just write one expression, I'll just see the count, I'll just put the index number. Instead of sitting and trying, instead of sitting and trying. Correct, right? You can also use CSS selector. But here, what is the risk is here? You should keep trying until unless you get 1 of 1. So instead of that, what I can do? I can directly use XPath expression, so I can save my time, isn't it? And that's all. That's the reason we don't use this. Yes, CSS is faster, but that is drawback. It has a drawback. That's the reason we go with what? XPath. Yes, I agree, it's a faster. I only told you it's a faster. But it has a drawbacks. So that's the reason. Drawback in the sense it doesn't like a fast. Slow means not that slow, right? Fractions of seconds. Fractions of seconds. Are you understanding? Okay. So instead of you doing trial error, you just write it, use the group index and do it. Okay, that's the first thing. Second point. As soon as you write the expression, first only you're getting 1 of 1, then you use CSS selector. First only you're getting 1 of 1. You use CSS selector only instead of using trial error. You can use that directly. Else, don't let this headache only doing of trial error method means go with XPath by group index. Simple. Got it? No headache, no headache. Only then go with XPath by group index. Got it? Next, we'll go with the concept called. Next, we'll go with the concept called XPath. So, as we all know, in XPath we have two types: absolute XPath, which represents single forward slash, and we have relative XPath, which is represented by double forward slash. And we always go with the relative XPath, who uses double forward slash. Okay, because traversing will be easier. First thing, XPath by attributes. First one is what? XPath by attributes. Syntax: double forward slash tag name at the rate attribute name equals to attribute value. Okay? Syntax: XPath by attributes, double forward slash tag name at the rate attribute name is equals to attribute value. Now, now you know how to identify. Here also condition is what? In everywhere the condition is only one. Whenever you write an expression, the count should be 1 of 1. Okay, but here one option is there. First expression only you can use group index. Don't need to do trial and error method. Okay, don't need to do trial and error method. First expression only you can write the trial and error method. Okay, then then tell me any question, any doubts in XPath by attributes concept. Any question, any doubts in this one?
Excuse
Any
me.
question, any doubt?
Yeah.
Mm.
This is same as CSS selector, right? Here also
Yes,
we have
Soumya.
to match with the attributes.
Tell me, Soumya.
Yeah. Can you hear me?
Yes, Soumya, I can.
Yeah. In this expert by attributes also, this one also we have to match with. This is also same as CSS selector, right?
Yeah,
Like
but
we
here we
have to
can use
match
group
the
index.
attributes.
Yes, but here we can use an option called group index. There you cannot use an option called group index.
No, I mean when we are searching for the attributes, like
Hmm?
we have to search in the same way as the CSS selector.
Yes, same way, same thing. But
So
here
only the
account
difference is we have to group it and we have to give the
here we have
index number.
here we have an option for grouping.
Okay,
Here we have an
okay.
option of grouping it.
Yeah, okay. Thank you.
Ma'am, am I audible?
Yes. Yes, you are
Ma'am,
audible. Well, ask
I
me
have
questions
a,
only related to 1 second. Ask me questions only related to expert by attributes. Yes. Tell me.
actually, ma'am, I have a question related to ID and name locator. I have
Yes,
posted
tell
the
me. What
question.
happened to ID and name locator? Tell me.
Ma'am, I have observed in some of the websites, ID and
Hmm?
name locators are present, and ID is
Hmm?
equal to in that after in double quotes there are alphanumeric values are there. So, is it okay
Mention.
if we take that value?
No. Alphanumerical should not take. That's what I told you. No.
It's like there was some website in that ID is equal to in double quotes ABC underscore 123. Then is it okay to take that value?
No, hold on. Everybody understood his question? Everybody understood his question? His question was when I right click I inspected, I was there, ID was there, but ID was alphanumerical combination. Okay, ID was alphanumerical combination. Can I take this? If you take this, if you have written a program, it will work only for one time run. It will work if you run for one time. Second time, if you run this program, it will throw you no such element exception. You should never take alphanumerical because it keeps changing. If that's the case, then you should go with XPath expression. Or if name is there, you should go with name. Means if name, see always remember ID, name, link text, partial link text, whenever you're picking from there, or along with the XPath expression, you cannot use this also. You cannot write like this. Input at the rate id is equals to 20. This is also wrong. I have to not use this anywhere in expression. You cannot use it in any expression. Okay, and you should not use it directly also. You should not do that. You should never take alphanumerical combination. It should be a word or it should be a letter. Only in such combination you should take. You should never take alphanumerical combination individually also. Individually means like this. Individually also you should not take. Along with the expression also you cannot take them. Clear? Vikrant, clear?
Ma'am, is that mean in any locator we should not take that
Huh?
alphanumeric value? In any locator, not
Come
from
again?
starting from ID to grouping statement. Sorry, that XPath
Your
by
voice
group.
is breaking, man. Neatly, you please speak. Your voice is breaking.
Hello, ma'am. Am I audible now?
Yes, yes.
What I'm saying is that we should not take alphanumeric values, it's like from ID locator till group XPath by group, not
No,
anywhere.
your voice is breaking, man. Quickly, don't waste time. Your voice is breaking.
Ma'am, this is Muthu, ma'am. I have a
For
doubt.
this,
Hello, ma'am.
Next person, please ask me.
Ma'am, this is Muthamil, ma'am. I have one doubt.
Hmm.
Ma'am, is possible to write the script for QSpider login page, ma'am?
Hmm.
Ma'am,
Tell me, man. Continue.
ma'am, are you audible, ma'am?
Yes, man. Please continue.
It's possible to write a script for QSpider login page, ma'am. I have gotten no such element
Next person.
exception error.
That's all.
Hello, ma'am.
That's all.
That's all, ma'am.
That's all. Can I go to the
Hello,
next
ma'am.
expression? Yes.
I'm getting no such element exception error, ma'am. While I'm trying to write a test script for QSpidey login page.
Yeah, I cannot hear menu. Next person. That's all. Can I go to the next one? Can I go with the next one?
Ma'am, am I audible? I have the same question, ma'am. If we have alphanumeric values, then we should not use any type of locator. I want to confirm that.
You cannot use alphanumerical. I'm shouting from that time. You cannot use. Please don't use alphanumerical. Never. That's all.
Okay, ma'am. Okay, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am.
That's what I'm telling you. You cannot use. You should not use. You should not use. And you're telling, can I use? Can I use? Next. If attributes is not there in such cases, what will you do? Okay. Okay. One example I'll show it to you. Now look here. Look here. When I right click, when I inspect, I've already told you how do you verify the expression. You have to place here plus control F. Okay. Now you see here. Tag is what? What's the tag here? What's the tag name here? What's the tag name here? Input. What is the attributes here? Type is equals to text. So let's go with CSS selector here. Input type is equals to text. How many elements are matching? How many elements are matching? 1 of 6. So I'm using what expression? CSS selector expression. In CSS selector expression, what happens? Until unless you get 1 of 1, you should keep doing trial and error. Okay, what you should keep doing? You should keep doing trial and error. Okay, so ID, this is not matching. Next attribute, name is equals to email. Name equals to email. How many are matching? 2. Next attribute, I'll go with what? ID is equals to email. How many are matching? 1. Correct, right? So in CSS selector, what we should do? You should keep doing trial error, trial error, trial error until you get 1 of 1. Okay, so why will I waste time in doing this trial error concept? I wrote an expression. Let me go with directly XPath expression. Input at the rate type is equals to text. How many? Double forward slash. Input type is equal to text. How many elements are matching? How many elements are matching? 6. Let me use this arrow mark. Let me click on it. What is getting highlighted? What is getting highlighted? Username. Username is getting highlighted. What's the index number? What's the index number? Now tell me, which is best? Will you do trial and error or will you go with XPath by group index? Tell me, which is best one? Will you sit and do? So that's the reason CSS selector we don't use much. You just write the expression, see the group index, match it with 1 of 1, you will get it. Are you understanding? Are you understanding? Isn't it?
Ma'am,
Simple. Oh,
you have given the preference order. In that name locator is there. So we can go for directly name locator instead of going
I
for
am see you guys and become you guys have little common sense. I'm teaching an example for XPath by attribute here. In this case, if ID isn't directly you can take. Assume it's not there. Okay, please understand what context I'm teaching here. If ID is there directly you can take. In case it's not there, you have to write it in this way. Please have little common sense and understand what context I'm teaching. If ID is there, why will you do this? I've given you the order. When you right click inspect, what you should take first. Isn't it? What you should take first? I've given you the order. If ID is not there, name is not there, if it is not, then only you should go with this. If you go to it, how do we use it? That's what I'm telling you. Don't tell ID is there, why are you writing like this? Okay? Understood? Correct? Clear? How do you decide whether it's a group index? Mr. Who's this? Abash. Yeah, multiple elements are matching, right? Are you getting one of one? If you're getting one of one, then directly write the expression. Abash, tell me how many elements are matching? 6. 6 elements are matching. Then I have to go with the group index. I cannot write one of one, directly I can write. I'll just go and click on this arrow mark. See, second element is username. Third element is something else. Fourth element is something else. Fifth element is something else. Sixth element is this. Which one you wanted? You wanted a second one. So go use XPath by group index. Everybody is clear? Whenever the multiple elements are matching, you're not getting count as one of one. Then only you'll go with what? XPath by group index. Clear? Everybody is clear with attributes? Can I move on? Next comes to your text function. Yes.
I was not able to use that filter, ma'am. I mean, it is not showing search by XPath like that.
Because you're sleeping in the class and I'm teaching.
No, ma'am.
You guys, everybody listen. You have to right click and inspect. You have to right click and inspect. Source code, you have to place your source code here. Press Ctrl F. You have to, your cursor should be on the source code. Then press Ctrl F, you will get. Everybody is getting this? Is everybody is getting this? Anybody have still a doubt in XPath identifying the expression? I'll repeat once again. So right click, inspect. Source code will come. Click on the source code and press Ctrl F. You will get this. Find by string selector XPath. Everybody is getting this? Everybody is getting this?
Hello, ma'am.
Yes.
There is 6 index number is showing there in the group path expression. Then how I will select that this is the fit for the username? I didn't get it.
Come again. I didn't understand your question.
In the group XPath expression, there is 6 index is showing there, and how I will know? Yeah, how I will
In
match that?
XPath expression.
Yes,
Hmm?
that this is a fit for the username.
I didn't understand, man. Repeat the question slowly.
Okay. In the XPath expression, there is a 6 index is showing.
First,
Okay.
you make sure your mic is good, and please, I don't want to waste the time. Okay, please make sure your mic is talk properly. Don't talk half of things. I'll not understand the things. Okay, everybody understood. When do you go with CSS selector? You can choose CSS selector, or you can go with XPath by attributes. This is clear. Clear, guys. See,
Good morning, ma'am.
if ID is there, directly you can take ID. If name is there, directly you can take name. Okay. If ID is not there, if name is not there only, this is a solutions. Don't come back to me asking question. ID is there, why are you writing? This is a stupid question, it is called as. If ID is there, name is there, directly you can take it. If it is not there, what to do? I'm explaining. If it is not there only, what to do? I am explaining. Understanding?
Ma'am, once tell me how to know the position, ma'am.
That one I'll explain when in explaining group index. Now look at my screen. Now XPath by text function. Now XPath by text function. Now let's assume you inspected one element. You inspected one element. When I right click, when I inspected, I'm able to see something called like this. Now tell me, if ID locator is there, can I use ID locator? Can I use name locator? Can I use name locator? Can I use link text for this? Can I use link text or partial link text? Okay. Can I go with CSS selector or XPath by attributes? Can I go with CSS selector or XPath by attributes? No. The option is only XPath by text function. What's the syntax? Double forward slash tag is input at the rate, text function equals to submit. Understood in what context we have to use this XPath by text function? Is everybody's clear what context we have to use XPath by text function? Okay, example. Look here. Only in such cases you have to. Wait, one more case. Please remember one more point to be added on. Remember this. One more point to be added on. Always, we can identify the element by text is easy. Okay, that means see, if attributes are there, multiples will be matching. If attributes are there, multiples will be matching. But text is always accurate. So first scenario is everybody's clear. In this case, what you should do without using, see, listen everyone. In this case, what is there? Here you have only one option, that is XPath by text. You cannot use any other option, isn't it? Everybody agrees with this? Now, as I told you, let's assume there's one more element called as price. Okay, when I right click, I can see input type is equals to text, class is equals to something. Here there will be price, text price slash input. In such cases, instead of using XPath by attributes, okay, you can directly go with what? Text function. Text function price. Because always we can identify the element very faster by using a text rather than the what is this? This one, attributes. So if attributes are there also, if text is there, directly you can go with text function. Understood? Now look at my screen. I'll show you both the examples. First example. Look at my screen. When I click on inspect, look at my screen, guys. There is any other option for me to write inside of XPath? Can I write any other option for me? Can I use any other option? No, I cannot use attributes. I cannot use any other combination. Only one combination which fits here in this example is XPath by text function. Everybody agrees? Everybody agrees? Okay. Now let me copy this. /div text function equals to is it matching? Is it matching? The one and only one thing which highlights this element is that's all. Is it matching? Is it giving you the count as 1 of 1? That's all. Now let me go to any other application. Let me inspect today's deal. Let me inspect today's. Now look, observe carefully. Observe carefully. Because when you go to today's deal, you have so many attributes, correct? You have href, you have class, you have tab index, you have data CSS type, you have data CSS slot ID. You have so many attributes that you can still take an attribute. I'm not telling you should not take, but whenever you can take an application, when the text is there along with an attribute. Listen, if the text is there along with an attributes, if id is there, name is there, directly you can take it off. Listen, if id is there, name is there, directly you can pick it. But if attributes with a text combination is there, always go with text function. Always go with text function. A text function equals to today's deal. Where was that? 1 second. What is tag name? A. /A text function equals to. Why is it not matching? See, sometimes there would be a spaces also. Sometimes there would be a spaces also. So this is not working. Directly go with what? Contains. It will work, okay? In case if it is not working, directly go with the spaces. If spaces is there, okay, then it will take care. Contains text function, comma. Please revise our writing. Okay. See, one second. We'll see what is the mistake here. /A. We'll see customer service. We'll come back to today's deal as well. We'll see customer service. Where is it? Text is what? Customer service. Next. Text function equals to. Is it matching? Is it matching? Customer service, is it matching? So what I meant to tell is, okay, the first one, it is the first one only. Okay, it's the first one. So what I want to tell is, see, you can use attributes. I'm not telling don't use. You can use attributes. Okay, but whenever it's a combination of attributes and text, take a text because it will identify the elements uniquely. It will identify the elements uniquely. Are you understanding? Are you understanding? It identifies the element uniquely. Clear? Clear? I don't know. This is not getting highlighted. Okay. Are you understanding? Got it? 2 points. When do you use XPath by text function? So when there is no option, okay, when it's not working. Today's deal, it's not working. Okay. In that case, go with attributes. Text is not working. What's the next solution? Go with the attributes. We have an attributes. /a class equals to. Today's deal. Is it matching? XPath by group index. It's the first element. Is it matching? In case if it's not working, go with attributes. That's all. You have a solutions. It's not like we cannot identify an element. That is wrong. In case if it's not working, go with attributes. That's all. Got it? Got it? Okay. But always go with, if attributes and text combination is there, go with the text combination, because it will always give you the element in the unique fashion. It will always give the elements in the unique fashion. Yes, you can go with the linked text as well. You can also go with the linked text as well. Clear? Next. Coming to XPath by contains. In XPath by contains, we can handle, understand, we can handle lengthy text. Lengthy text. Example for lengthy text. Okay, example for lengthy text. Now look here. So can you see one text here? Click your picture or add a account. This is a lengthy text. Click your picture, add your account is a lengthy text. Isn't it? Isn't it? Click your picture and add an account is a lengthy text. Correct? So what will you do? Go with XPath by contains. Go with XPath by contains. So you don't need to go with text function. You don't need to copy such function. /div contains text function, comma, the value of the text. Let me click your. Okay, is it matching? Are you getting 1 of 1? Understood the first use of it? Understood the first use of it? Second use. Second use. Now, second use. Attributes, values are very big. Attribute values are very big. Now, when I go with when I right click, when I click on inspect, here look at this. Wait. When I right click, not on this button. When I right click, let me click on inspect. Now, when I inspect this button, can you see that attribute values are so big? Now tell me, is ID is there? Is ID is there? Is the name is there? Is the name is there? Is ID is there? Is the name is there? Is ID is there? Is the name is there? So what is the option for me? I have only one option for me. What is that option? XPath by attribute. What's our option? XPath by attribute. Okay, one option I got to finalize, that XPath by attributes. Now tell me, in XPath by attribute, but attribute is so big, isn't it? But attribute is very, very big, isn't it? Isn't it? Attribute is very, very, very big. Yes or no? It's very, very big. Now what to do? We'll go with XPath by contains. What's the solution? The solution is we'll go with what? XPath by contains. Understanding? Understanding? Okay. So XPath by contains. Now let me write this. What's the tag name? /div contains, okay, attribute name, comma, attribute value. Okay. So instead of writing such big attribute value, observe carefully, I'll not repeat again. So instead of writing such big attribute value, what I will do? I'll cut short it. I will cut short it. See, I'm cutting short literally down. Yes or no? I'm cut shorting it literally down. Yes or no? I made it very small. I made it very small. But when I made it very small, observe my UI. Observe my UI. UI is this. This is called source code. That is called UI. So this is called your UI. This is called your source code. Okay. So when I wrote the expression, how many are matching? How many are matching? 25. Now let me go click on this. The first element, what is highlighting? Out of 1, which is highlighting? Look at the UI and tell me what is getting highlighted. Everybody should tell me what is getting highlighted. What is getting highlighted? Instagram logo is getting highlighted, isn't it? Instagram logo is getting highlighted. Now let me go click on this arrow mark, enter. Now tell me what is getting highlighted. What is getting highlighted now? Everything. Username, password, login, everything is getting highlighted. So I don't want to use this. Let me click on enter. What is getting highlighted? What is getting highlighted? Show. There's one button called what? Show is getting highlighted. Okay. Let me go click on enter. What is getting highlighted? What's getting highlighted? Login is getting highlighted. So what's the index number? Index number is 4. Index number is 4. Understood? Understood? Okay, next. Next. Next I'll go with what? Partially changing element. Partially changing element. If element is partially changing, what do you mean by partially changing element? Look here. Now, they have not updated it, okay? They have not updated it. Look here. Active time 2020 online. Is this is constant or it keeps changing? Active time 2020 online. Now tell me, will it change completely or will it change partially? Will it change completely or will it change partially? Partially. Why partially? Why partially? Because the active time application name is constant, correct? Correct? Application name is what? It's constant. But what about the version? But what about the version? It keeps changing. So this is a partially changing element. Yes or no? Hmm. Now look at my screen. Look at my screen. Let me right click. Let me click on inspect. Let me right click. Let me click on inspect. Now look here. Double forward slash. Where is this? One second. Observe carefully. What's the tag name? NOBR. Double forward slash NOBR text function equals to text value. Now tell me till when this expression will be valid. Okay, this will be valid only until the version is 2020. Okay, this will be valid until that this one is till 2020, isn't it? Isn't it? If it becomes 2021, is this will be valid? If it become 21 even 2022, will it be valid? Will it be valid? No, it will not be valid. It will not be valid. Correct, right? Correct, right? Now, instead of that, see, now it is valid. I wrote an expression. But what about in future? It may not work. In future, it may not work, isn't it? Isn't it? In future, it may not work. So I don't want to risk. I don't want to come back in future and override this. So I'll go with what? Export by contains text function, comma, the value of the text. Because the active time application name will never get changed. Is it matching one of one? Is it matching one of one? Are you understanding? Clear? Clear, everyone? Okay, super. So, next, you understood the advantages of export by contains. Yes, You have to not skip. Don't need to write dynamic values. If you write the dynamic values, then it will not be able to identify an element in future if it changes. Not skip. You're not supposed to write it. Okay. Next comes to what? XPath by traversing. Yes, we can handle the space. Spaces and also you can use content. I cannot copy 100 of spaces. I cannot paste it. I cannot copy hundreds of spaces. I cannot paste it. Clear? Clear? That by practice you'll get to know. How do you get with it? By practice. When you keep doing only, you'll get to know. By looking only first day or second day, you'll not. If you keep practice only, you'll get to know. Okay. Next comes to what? XPath by traversing. Here it's very easy. Here it's an expression. Okay. First, you have to identify the static element and write XPath expression. Okay, we have to identify the static element and write the XPath expression. So which is constant? Identify, write it. Identify common parent by using /. Identify the dynamic element or step and identify the tag name with position value. Position. And just do the steps. Are you understanding the steps? Are you understanding the steps? Okay, so we have to identify the dynamic elements. You have to write the tag name along with what? The position value. Okay. Okay, is it clear? Is it clear? So how do we write this? Is it clear? So let's go with the real-time application. Let's go with real-time application. Now look at my screen. First learn with small examples, guys. Don't try with big examples. Okay, still time is there. Still time is there for us to do with big application. We have lots of scenarios. We keep writing. We just started. We have lots of scenarios to write it. This is a basic. Now look at my screen. Tell me, which is static element here? Which is static element here? C#. Identify, inspect. /p text function equals to C#. Okay, I identify the static element. /p text function is equals to C#. I identify the static element. Now I wanted to identify the common parent. /. How did I get to know? By using /. All the elements will be highlighted. But this I got to know this is your common parent. Okay, now dynamic element is which? 471.0. The version is dynamic, which is not constant. This is a dynamic element. Let me right click. Let me click on inspect. So what's the tag name for this? What's the tag name for this? What's the tag name for this? Tag name is P. Tag name is P. Okay, /p. Now 104 is matching. If I write 1, what is getting highlighted? If I write it as 1, what is getting highlighted? C# is getting highlighted. Do you want it C#? Do you want it C#? No, I wanted the version. Let me go with the index number 2. Is the version is highlighting? Is the version is highlighting? Yes, I wanted this. I wanted the version. I wanted the version. Clear? Understood? That's all. Okay, this is all about XPath expression. Now, if you have any questions, any doubts, people who don't have any questions and doubts, thank you, bye bye. Let's catch up tomorrow and let's continue. I am not doing explicit wait because almost 200 people have taken leave. Okay, so I will not be doing here. So I'll not be teaching you guys. We'll discuss in tomorrow's class. And tomorrow I'm going to teach you the framework. Don't take holiday. It's a very important concept. I'm going to teach you the framework. Okay, be on time. We're going to start the class and tell your friends as well. Thank you. Bye bye. Now, if you have any questions on XPath expression, start asking me. Let me answer to your questions.
Good morning, ma'am.
Please show it in the case of Ruby. 1 second, Appa. Simple as it is. Right click, inspect Ruby. Write a expression for Ruby. Identify the common parent. Right click, inspect the 71. What's a tag name with this P? And you got 1 of 1. Yes, Shivam, tell me.
Good morning, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Ma'am, I tried to log in the Flipkart application by using XPath of attributes, and it will give the exception of no such element founds, even given that
Just give
time
implicit
duration of.
wait. Use implicit wait.
Ma'am, I given that.
Have you written properly? Have you written properly? Have you got 1 of 1?
Yes, ma'am. I get that 1 of 1, and even I given the implicitly time duration of wait.
It should work. No, I have written the same. Just I push the code. Just check it once. Okay, I've written the
Okay,
code for
ma'am.
this one, right?
Yes. Okay. Thank you, ma'am.
I have
And
written a
yes.
code for Wait, listen. I have written a code for Flipkart application. Just cross verify. What have you written? Just cross verify once.
Okay, ma'am. And one thing, ma'am, I putting some message on inbox and say means what we have to where
Where are
like
you
we are
putting your
going for
message?
that and just putting, ma'am. Let's see, ma'am, we go for
Shivam,
that.
please try.
Yes, ma'am.
Tell me quickly.
Ma'am, can we go for the XPath by text for this? It is a Q Spider login key.
I'm not understanding it. Next person. You just
Means
ping me at least.
Good morning, ma'am. Are you hearing me?
Yes.
Ma'am, why this one comes is tail element to difference exception?
Stale element exception is a huge concept that you're going to study in chapter 3. Have that script, don't do anything.
Because I have
Okay.
done for
Stale
junior requirement.
element. Wait, 1 second, wait. Stale element reference exception is a big concept. Okay. That you have to wait.
And what is the use of class name locator, ma'am?
It is just an attribute name and attribute. A class name locator, we don't use it because multiple elements will be matching. With class name and tag name, multiple elements will be using. So we will use them as a part of your XPath expression. Somewhere it was there, no. See, class name, we will use it as a part of XPath expression. See here? See, there's a class name. We will use it as a part of XPath expression. Attribute name is equal to attribute value. We don't write class name is equal to name because here multiple elements are matching. See, for today's deal, also class is equals to name. Next, for registry, look here. For registry, also what? Class is equals to name. Next, now for gift cards is also what? Class is equal to name.
Yeah.
So multiple elements are matching. So I cannot use driver dot find and my class name dot this one. Multiple elements will be matching. So I use them as a part of my XPath expression, tag name and class name. I don't write them individually.
Okay. Thanks, ma'am.
Ma'am, I have one doubt, ma'am.
Mm.
Ma'am, in QSpider login button is there no, ma'am?
Mm.
I can't write the script for login button, ma'am. That QSpider login
Which
button.
is that? Which can you tell me the URL?
qspiders.com /
qspiders.com.
login. No, ma'am. You just click on that online students icon is there now, ma'am. After that, Google.
Online icon. Where is it, man?
Just open that new tab, ma'am. New tab.
New tab. Okay.
In below that online student icon is there now, ma'am. Just
Here I cannot log out. This is my trainer access.
okay, ma'am.
Wait, try it in. Wait. We'll try it here. Tell me.
This ma'am, the login button is there now, ma'am. That one.
Inspect. There's a text function login. There is. Listen. Look
when
here. Now,
when,
this is an
when
example.
double click on
Listen.
login button, ma'am, it will go space,
Wait,
ma'am.
man. Go with XPath by contains. Contains the example for this understanding. See, when you click here, lot of spaces and you cannot copy. Double forward slash button contains text function equals to login. Contains example here.
Okay, ma'am.
You can always use XPath by text function here because you cannot copy so many spaces. You cannot sit and count, right?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Contains.
Okay,
It will
ma'am.
work. See, 100%. Guys, don't tell it is not working or it will not work. There is some other solutions where you have to make right 100%. It will definitely work.
Okay, ma'am.
Okay.
Okay.
Done.
Okay, thank
Good
you, ma'am.
morning, ma'am.
Done, everyone.
Good morning. Good morning,
Yes.
ma'am.
Good morning. Tell me, Appa.
Ma'am, actually, I have done programming with
Not able to hear
thread.
you.
Hello,
Yeah, tell
hello.
me. Yes.
Actually, I have done programming with using thread slip. My automation script is test successfully, but when I use explicitly wait after login button, this my test cases has failed. What can I do?
No. You increase the waiting statement. That's all.
In which statement and
Use it. Wait. Ankita, in implicit wait, you explain. Okay. In implicit wait, increase the time duration.
ma'am, when we in username and in password it will applicable, but after when we click in login button, that will not redirecting to the next page.
If it is writing the next page that I have not told you, that's a different concept that comes in chapter 2. Navigating
but
to the next page, it is switching the tab that you will learn it in the next concept.
but ma'am, when I am using thread slip, it redirecting to the next page.
That's what, madam, that you will learn it in chapter 2. That is switching between the tabs.
Okay, but
Okay, that is from one page. Listen, that is one page
uh-huh.
to another page. Okay. Okay.
But
That
my question, ma'am,
I
it,
understood your question, Ankita. That you will be studying as a part of chapter 2.
but ma'am, one question more. But why it my test cases is successfully when I am using thread slip, and why it is test cases is failed when I am using explicitly wait functions?
I'm not understanding what you're telling. Okay, but
When I
switching a tab, you're going to learn it in next concept.
Ma'am, switching is tab is not an issue. Ma'am, the issue is that when I'm using thread slip function, my test cases is successfully passed. But when I'm using explicitly wait function, my test cases is getting failed.
Madam, please speak properly or text me the thing. I'm not able to hear you or I'm not able to understand your question. So I cannot give you the proper solution if that's the case.
Okay, I will
Okay,
text you.
next person. Ping me, text me. I'm not able to understand what you're telling. Next person. Next person.
Ma'am, can you hear me?
Nobody have a question?
Ma'am, can you hear me?
What if condition? What is a error? Element not clickable exception. Shanti, that you have to wait until unless please explicit wait. If you're still not able to resolve it, you have to wait until unless I teach you the concept called chapter 2 JavaScript executor.
Ma'am, one more question I have. Hello, ma'am.
Tell me. Tell me quickly.
Can I do? Can I do for Swiggy and Zomato because there is OTP is
Anything,
also
but it should
there.
not have OTP capture all these things.
So we go for manual testing for this one.
See, you can do, but OTP capture not should not be there.
क्या बोल रही हो? OTP?
You can take any application, but it should not have OTP capture all these things.
Ma'am,
Clear?
ma'am, I'm getting error, sorry, exception as element click intercepted exception.
That's what I don't know. That you will learn when I teach you explicit wait. If that is also not working, then you have to wait until chapter 2. There's a concept called JavaScript executor.
Okay, ma'am. Okay, thank you.
Ma'am, how to know the position, madam?
Expert by group index.
Can you
Keep clicking on the arrow mark until it highlights your required element.
Okay.
Keep clicking on the arrow mark until it highlights your required element. Okay. When elements are dynamically changing, then you go with XPath by traversing method. Title equals to this. Go. Title will be there. Always in the tag called ed. There will be a title. See, login student. It's a title. You can also take the title from the UI, or you can also take the title from the by writing a code driver.get title. Ankita, you have to increase. The implicit wait is make it as 20 seconds. Instead of 10 seconds, make it as 20 seconds. That is not a server, Nikhil. That is a server. Your Selenium server, it's a server. It keeps running at the backside. That is called as your server logs. Okay, that is called as what? Server logs. Clear? Anything is good. If you can run and take it, that is also fine. If you want to take it from the application also, that is also fine. There's nothing called XPath. See, XPath as access is nothing but you have siblings functions that if time, that is a part of advanced concept. If time is there, I will teach you at the end of your class. That's your advanced Selenium concept. Okay, clear? Okay, so Praveen, I have shared the code. You just check it out in the GitHub. Done? Completed? Done? No, you increase the waiting statement, it will go. Okay. Okay, guys. Let's catch up tomorrow and let's continue with the explicit waiting statements.